Greetings, class. This is Dr. York-Hammons. I had neglected to provide an example of how to use StatCrunch to calculate the minimum sample size needed to estimate the population mean for given values of C, the level of confidence, sigma, the population standard deviation, and E, the margin of error for a particular situation. Now, in 6.1, one of the questions from the study plan asks us to find the minimum sample size N and assume that the preliminary sample has at least 30 members. So we're going to go to Stat, Z-Stats, one sample, and our choices, we had been using either data or summary, but that's not what we want. We want sample size, so you need to click on sample size. Now you notice that there's a hypothesis test power and there's a confidence interval width. We're talking about for a particular confidence interval width based on the margin of error listed. So click on confidence interval width, and we will have to enter three of these items, information from three of these items to compute the sample size. So my confidence level is 0.98, so I change that to 0.98. My population standard deviation is 5.7. That's sigma, the population standard deviation, 5.7. Now, the width. If the margin of error is 1, that means it could be 1 above or 1 below for a total width of 2. So when you compute your sample size, I know the width changes a little bit here, but the sample size to the nearest whole number would be 176. So it goes ahead and does the rounding for you to find those. And I apologize, it's a very short example, but that's how you find the minimum sample size needed for the given amount of information in the problem. We could go ahead, let's just do one more so we can see what this looks like. I'll close that out. So it says find the minimum sample size N needed to estimate the population the population mean for the given values of C, sigma, and E. So we go to Stat, Z-Stats, one sample, but this time we want power sample size, just like in the one we just did. Be sure you click on confidence interval width because they gave us margin of error, so we need to know that. My confidence level is 0.95, so I don't have to change that. It's set. My standard deviation is 7.8, so I'm going to change that 1 to 7.8. My width, since the margin of error was 1, and that means it could be 1 above or 1 below the mean, is a total width of 2. And I just asked it to compute my sample size, and it says 234. So let's check our answer, and that's correct. I hope that this helps with Chapter 6, Section 1 if you've been having any difficulty calculating the sample size. And please feel free to contact me if you have questions about your homework.